And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I want to discuss something that I had to get to and counterpunch. In my community, of course, I put up a post, and the post was after the tough performance that Tyson Fury went through with Otto Wallin. What percentage do you give Deontay Wilder? Okay, or Tyson Fury? What are the odds now? Did the odds change? And that was what the poll was about. So I put up a poll, and I think it was maybe over, I think maybe 17, 18, 100 votes. So I appreciate the guys that gave me your feedback. But I'll let people come on to the live chat. I know in the UK it is at least what 8:30, 9:30 in the morning, so this is an early morning to you guys. Very late night over here, which is 3:30. You know, you guys give me a shout out. Let me know where you're at in this crazy world. Before we go into the statistics and the poll, we got 8 people on the chat. You know, it's a interesting topic because a lot of people have been criticizing Tyson Fury. A lot of people, let's talk about it, man. Tyson Fury was in a tough fight with Otto Wallin, right? We used to call him Wallin. But, you know, to analyze that, we know that the cut what made the fight challenging. He was, caught with some punches. Zach Voss, a counter punch to you. Love from the UK. TS Gamer, counter punch. um, and now, what chances do you give Wilder? Because see, now Wilder has come out, of course, has claimed Mark Lawson, counter punch to you, brother, has claimed that he had some pull or he had some influence on that particular uh, performance, right? That right hand, the concussion, made Tyson Fury fight the way he fought. It was all about Deontay Wilder, as Deontay Wilder has stated and claimed. Loke Dog, counterpunch to you, brother. You know, yeah, he really is a wolf in sheep clothing. You know what I mean? So they're pretty much know what time it is. Chris Serrano, counterpunch to you from Germany, 1035. Damn. Counterpunch to you, brother. Luke the Puke, Fury got this to this day. We will go over those statistics. I don't know if you guys participated in the poll, but the poll was very interesting. Irish Rover, counterpunch to you, Fury A side. Okay. Um, but Tyson Fury, man, he really showed a championship heart. But then, Wilder now, the new news around the campfire that he will rip that eye open again. So we're going to talk about all that in this live stream, because this has to be counterpunched. This has to be talked about. Phil Homeland, counterpunch to you from England, Fury all day long. Counterpunch. Um, Brandon Young, can't lie, I'm from the UK, but I think Wilder got this one. There you go. Another perspective, another way, another day. Counterpunch to you, Brian Young. He says Wilder has it. That's what the poll is about. Not everyone's going to agree on the same thing. That's what makes it so interesting. Had we know who was going to win, this wasn't like last year, this time last year, where we thought, like we all knew, that Tyson Fury was a cherry pick according to Team Wilder. Okay, we have to remember that. This is a different story, right? This is over a year later where this rematch will take place. That's if Luis King Kong Ortiz don't upset the whole freaking thing. So we can't overlook that possibility. Nick Higgins, Fury is the slight betting favorite in the UK bookmaking. Nice. Good to know. Counterpunch to you, brother. Terry Schissel. Well, who do you think's gonna win, Daddy O? I don't know. It's up in the air right now. You know, you look at that fight. You got Tyson Fury. He can box, so he is good at what he does. If he can emulate a Klitschko-like performance, he may can pull it off. But the question now we ask ourselves, let's ask ourselves honestly this question: can Tyson Fury fight like he fought on the night he beat Klitschko? We know how he was against Deontay Wilder the first time. He was out of shape. He had a lot to come back from. He was in fat boy camp, right? So can he, based on what we saw last weekend, can he still fight like that? So that's a loaded question. Irish Rover. Tyson Fury just wants that WBC belt. It's the only belt that he hadn't taken. Soon as he get it, he will retire. I don't doubt that. He might pull some Mayweather stuff. Win a fight, retire. Come back, make some more money, win a fight, retire. Joseph. Wilder. Fury has the highest number of decisions in heavyweight division. Deontay has shown seriousness of late. He can't go for decision, and Fury has pillow punching and no power. Loke Dog, it can go either way. 50-50 fight. I heard that. Young Haiti. What's up to you? Counterpunch to you. Wilder. Mark Lawson. Wilder by KO, in my opinion. If Fury is as slow as in the Wallin fight, he will be seeing stars quickly. Counterpunch. Seeing stars and green clovers and stuff. Oh, you Mike Tyson. Zach Voss. Wilder has to get past Ortiz first. Absolutely. Great counterpunch. ABS1, what's good, brother? Counterpunch to you. Iran Clark, who do you think will win? If Deontay can't throw that right hand, or if let's say this, if he can't land the right hand, he will lose. That's it, plain and simple. That's his only bet. He bets on himself, right? So, he believes in his power. So if he can't land that right, he doesn't have a chance. He can't outbox with Tyson Fury. But I am curious to see how and what this newfound going back to the basis is. Remember that? You guys remember when Wilder was saying, I'm going back to the basis. I got away with a lot of shit in camp, meaning that lets us know that the trainers weren't there really for his best interest. They were just really there just to be paid to be there because they let him do what he wanted to do. They didn't give him a standard protocol, obviously, if he was doing or getting away with shit. So, I want to see what he does with this newfound back to the basis. Will that help him any? You know what I mean? Will Lennox Lewis, you remember he was teaching him how to jab. You got to jab with Fury. Let's see what he does. Who do I want to win? I don't care. I don't care who wins, honestly. I honestly don't. Because I think the draw was bullshit, but boxing is the sport that I love, that I hate so much for a reason. I don't care who wins. As long as one of them wins. It's not some shit like we saw. It's not a repeat, Because if Tyson Fury wins, it's a question you ask yourself. What's better for boxing? Fury winning or Deontay Wilder winning? That will be the next poll. I'm glad we're talking about that, because what's good for boxing? Tyson Fury is on ESPN. Deontay Wilder's fights for Showtime or Fox, right? Al Heyman guy, PBC, right? So, which one is better for boxing? David Wendell, counterpunch to you from Sheffield. AJ, best tactic to beat Wilder in general. Box him, move him. Just box him. Don't try to engage. Don't try to be like Tyson Fury in the 12th round. Don't try to be like Tyson Fury in the 9th round, getting too cocky. That's how you beat Wilder, simply jabbing him. Beat him with the jab. When he throws the right, make him pay. Make him respect your punching power, if you have enough to keep him honest. That's how you beat Wilder. But you have to stop Wilder from hitting you back. So you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's for 12 rounds. unless you can stop him, but that's a whole different thing because you put yourself in danger. So if you just want to win by boxing, or do you want to win by dramatic fashion? That's the question you ask yourself. Because if you want to win by dramatic fashion, you risk getting knocked out. So, that's the best tactic to beat Wilder, AJ. Haiti in the house. Haiti in the house. Port-au-Prince. Counterpunch to you. So, Daddy O, what do you think about his cut? You think that it's going to be a big factor? It could, Terry. It could be a big factor. That's another thing. Will that fucker open back up? Can Deontay Wilder actually rip it back open from his punch? So it's a lot. That cut is made because we don't know what type of healing that it's going to do. And people, we have to put into consideration that Tyson Fury's whole medicine or therapy depends on him training. If he can't train, what type of mental condition will he be thrown back into? Sitting on his ass all day. I don't think Tyson Fury can do that and let his shit heal. He can't spar and shit and train. He has to sit somewhere and relax and rest and allow that skin, that tissue to heal. Those stitches, those 47 stitches that he has in his head right now, he has to allow those to heal. The question is, how will he deal with that non-mobileness? Okay? Being non-mobile. Being still like that, patient. Because, Fury's a live wire, right? So, Luke the Puke, Wilder's kicking up dust, G. Yep, he is. That's what he does. He's a wildling. To be honest, I feel Fury showed a decent inside game against Wallin. So if he shows us some of this and throws his weight at Wilder, this could work to his advantage. Michael H, it could, but it could also get knocked out in the process. That's what makes it exciting in a sense. That's what makes it interesting. I think Fury's confidence not the same after Wallin fight. I don't know. You know what? He hasn't really talked too much. Nikki Taylor, Mega Man. What's up, fat boy? Rub that belly for me. I don't have a belly. I rub my 4-pack. Zach Voss, I would favor Wilder to win. Fury's reaction will never be like they was before the drugs. Ooh. Zach Voss. Damn. Never be the same before the drugs. Zach Voss, here's the thing. What about the drugs that he took from the aftermath of coming back? He did do a good job. Maybe it's one of, I think it's Fury wins if he doesn't overdo it in training and comes in 19 stone. He may. He's getting smaller though. So you think that's a factor with him? Martin, the thing with Fury is he needs big fights to bring out the best in him. He went life and death with McDormand. He got dropped by Pocket and Cunningham. Yeah, I remember Cunningham, that fight. He did. But he always does enough to win. I think he has to rise to the occasion. He might have got the taste of the AJ lackadaisical spirit, right? Just too damn calm, maybe, right? And then couldn't get up for him and found himself into a fire fight, right? Martin Hill, hi Kurt, do you believe AJ would have beating Lennox Lewis in his prime from Middlesbrough, England? No, he would not have. Lennox Lewis would have beat Anthony Joshua. Irish Rover, true maiden. Shout out to Counterpunch Boxing, great channel, keep up the good work. G-Dog, thank you. Counterpunch to you. From the UK, boxing legends. To be honest, Kurt, Tyson Fury fights to whatever level of fighter he faces. He's done it in his whole career. Well, I guess, I think he fights if he knows what he's up against. I don't think he fights due to the, I think he tries to decipher what this fighter has. I think Wallin followed his game plan, was able to execute that game plan. Then he had a bonus with the eye, with the cuts. That's what made it intriguing. So, UK bro, Wilder's got to get near him first, and Fury provided elusive until he took risks. Got caught with a getting backed up. This is an improved Tyson Fury, and he knows Wilder got dynamite fists. He better know that, and I think he does. I think he respects Deontay's power, definitely. What do you think about Canelo Kovalev? Ooh, I'll do a fight study on that. We have to see if the fight is going to be at 175 first. You know, we have to see the stipulations on that. So, young Haiti, I'm going to get with you on that. I'll get with you on another date on that one because I haven't decided yet. We got to see what the stipulations are on the contract and rehydration and all that shit. We're going to see if that's implemented in the details. There's devil in the details, people. So, we'll get back with you. Wilder will look to open that cut back up. Fury really needs to let that heal. Will February be close? It will be pushing it if it's not premature. You know what I mean? But I think honestly it's gonna be some shit. Even if it is, they're gonna take it. They're gonna take that risk anyway because of these two networks coming together to make this big fight. I don't think, a few more days he'll be fine. He might be a week off from being where he needs to be for that eye, but they're not. I think they're gonna still let that fight happen. Fury versus AJ Huey fight in UK. Pillow fist wins a boring hug fest unless Wilder catches him. Yeah, that could happen. Chris Roberts. You think he'll be thinking about his eye the whole time? I doubt it. I think he'll be thinking about it if it gets hit. He might be cautious of it, but that might be a good thing. That might make him more cautious and more focused on not getting hit by Wilder. You know what I mean? Meatball J, Metal Box J. Glad to be tuning in. Nobody's covering the facts. Heyman's adventure in the UK has collapsed. PBC on ITV is done. Spence Porter is on Sky. Yeah, it is on Sky. And that shows you something. That shows you they're looking for exposure. Muhammad Ali, good morning to you, brother. El Coxie, 1971, counterpunch, brother, counterpunch to you back. And the March should be enough time for either year. It's not at the end of March, though. That's the problem. Shit's in February. It's end of February. So will it be ready by then? I don't know. We don't know if it is. Paul Young from Birmingham, counterpunch to you. Jason Nichols, counterpunch to you from London. He doesn't need to spar. No, he doesn't need to spar, but he does need to spar. He needs to spar to be prepared for what he's going to do. It's like a basketball player saying, hey, we're going to let you train, but we're not going to let you shoot. We're not going to let you practice shooting. No, it don't work that way. The cut he got wasn't the prettiest, regardless. Vitaly Klitschko got a bad cut and did all right for the rest of his career. But then look, Martin, he didn't do all right with the rest of that fight. I mean, he was beating Lewis, but then Lewis had that out nasty, man. It was nasty. But that's why the fight was stopped. Lewis never gave him a chance. He got his ass out of Dodge. I want to see White versus Miller just for the press conference. I want to see White versus Miller through the whole buildup. I want to see him for the whole buildup. That cut is going to be is going to bug him the rest of his life, but he can spar after 3 or 4 weeks if it'll heal. He can move though and move around. Footwork, no actual punching. He can ride the bike, I assume. Yeah, he can do that. He can do that. But will he want to do that for that amount of time? He could make it a boring fight. He could pull a Klitschko too. He could do that. Mayweather did it to Pacquiao. Why not? Shit, I mean, it's like Dominic Toretto said from Fast and the Furious, winning's winning. Shoot, you're right. Counterpunch. I think there is many that can throw with Wilder and beat him to the punch. Maybe Ruiz, Usyk, we know Fury can, but doesn't have the power to back it up. make him miss, then go for the attack. Ben Hastings, very true. I think a smaller fighter will give him problems, especially a quicker, smaller fighter. Metal Box J, change your smoke alarm or battery. That's not mine. I'm at my best friend's house and I am in Dallas and I don't know where the hell the thing is. I hear it, but I don't see it. I would snatch it out. I don't even know where the hell it's at. It can be annoying though. To be honest, Fury didn't move that well. His last fight, so I don't think Wilder will get in a big punch soon rather than later. Brandon Young, that could happen. A devastating puncher like Wilder will be devastating if he does get it out early. He wants to do it all. I mean, it's easy if you can land that punch early. Good night. Good night. I'm a Brit, but I hope Wilder. Fury cannot miss those shots, and he's tasted it already, so he'll have a level of nerve and be cautious. Wilder has the confidence victory. A counterpunch to you, Andrew T. Wilder doesn't throw as many punches to make a risk of cutting that eye again. Jenny T01, counterpunch to you. You know what? I agree with that. He's not the pressure fighter. He's not the kind of guy that'll put himself in position like Wallin did. Otto does that because Otto's a pressure fighter. He ain't a pressure fighter. He's a boxer puncher. In fact, he's not even really a boxer. He's just a fucking puncher. You know what I'm saying? He just has that deadly ass right hand, and that's that. The best thing for boxing is Al Heyman and Mauricio Suleiman to drop dead tomorrow. Damn. Counterpunch Zach Voss? No comment. Always death upon no one, man, until it's time. Ruben Guerrero, not a man born from his mother. Watching from Manchester, England. Tyson hometown. Okay, TS Gamer, counterpunch to you. Fury needs to jab and move. I'm sure he's going to do a lot of that. Tafita, good morning, Kirk. Tyson Fury realized that he's in the middle of the ocean. I will go with Wilder win in the rematch. Love from the UK. Counterpunch that. Counterpunch that. Opeyemi. That sound in the background though. Yeah, it's the fucking alarm. What the hell is it anyway? Hold on a second. I don't even see it. I hear it. It is a pain in the ass though. Fury was flat-footed in Wallin fight. I heard someone say he suffered from, and he on the decline. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, the concussion, things like that. They say he was overtrained. That's what I say. That's what I feel. When I seen Tyson Fury the way he was fighting, it felt like he'd been in the gym too long. I remember guys like Obakar. If you guys remember him, he was a welterweight contender. He fought Trinidad, he lost. He fought I Corte, he lost. He fought Oscar De La Hoya, he lost. He lost every time, every avenue for one of those belts he lost. But he trained too much in the gym. So he really, he would run off or whatnot and then run out of steam. And then he would run out of steam and he couldn't take too much punching power or whatnot. Tyson Fury performed based about the level of opponents. The more danger is the opponent, the more higher they perform. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope he's able to do that, exactly that. There's not a man born from his mother's bum hole who could take Fury when he was his best. Wow, counterpunch to that. Arbor. Tyson Fury performed based about the level of opponents. The more danger is opponent, the more high is the performer. Yeah. Lennox Lewis would have ruined Femi. Who the hell is Femi? Ruben? Mod me up. Been here forever. Counterpunch to you, metal box J. Best way to fight Wilder, take him out before he had to land the right hand. Hey, you know what, Loke Dog? That's actually courageous. You know what I'm saying? I think that no one actually really wanted to fight, especially Fury. I think when Fury did get knocked down, I think he should have went for the knockout to made it that much spicier, that much intriguing, because he hurt Wilder. People always talk about Wilder's fucking chin, but he got hurt by the pillow puncher. The pillow puncher buckled Wilder. The legs don't lie. Them skinny ass spaghetti legs dangled when he got hit with that left hook. And when he got hit with that left hook, he went on defense mode. Okay? That's real talk. Go back and watch the 12th round. When Tyson Fury rose like Nazareth, he came forth and he commenced fighting. He was on survival mode because Wilder wanted to get him out of there and repeat what he did, but he couldn't because he got hurt himself. These are facts, people. Facts. Tyson Fury reflexes aren't good enough to not get hit. I don't know. Based on the last performance, they didn't look that way. And I was thinking, man, Wilder could hit this dude and knock him right out. Just catch him with one of them. Over with. Then he'll be looking the same way he looked in the 12th round of the fight they fought the first time. You know? And if he's in there with one of them referees like Robert Byrd, it's over with. They're going to wave that shit off. Over with. He tries to get up there, push his ass back down like he did Danny Jacobs. That was some weird shit. I keep iterating that. Tafida Godzama, a legend, Fury found himself in the middle of the ocean, Wilder wins in a rematch. Counter punch. Wilder wins in a rematch. There you go. Thank you for the compliment. BJ, Billy Joe Saunders beats Canelo. I would like to see that fight. Honestly, I'd rather see Billy Joe Saunders than Kovalev. See, the thing is, fight someone that hasn't been beat. Take that O. See, when you take someone's O, no, you can't. No one else can do that. That's something I think they are trying to elude. But Billy Joe is a part of the zone. He's part of Matchroom now, so that fight could happen in the future. Especially if Canelo can't make 160, then he would have to go back down somewhere. He ain't going to stay at 175, right? He's going back to 168. He was at 168. Billy Joe. See what I'm saying? So there you go. That fight can very possibly happen. It could happen. Martin Hill, I disagree. I think AJ would have taken Lennox Lewis. Lennox was too slow and sluggish at times and done a lot of jab and grab. Well, that's the thing. He did a lot of jab and grab, but guess who also did a lot of jab and grab? Vladimir Klitschko. Sure, AJ beat Klitschko, but shit, Klitschko gave AJ all he could handle by fighting that same style, fighting tall, using the jab, getting off at times. Not saying that he would just demolish him. I think that he would beat him. His jab was more crisp, but he did do that jab and grab shit too. But I mean, Lennox was aggressive. And for that reason, I think he would have took him out. Crawford versus Loma at 140. Who wins? For one, we've never seen Loma at 140. We don't know how his body would acclimate at 140. So by default, it has to be Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford wiped out the whole division. Okay? You know, he wiped out the whole division, people. So, yeah, no. Brandon Crawford, 140. Is pound for pound and beats GGG or Canelo. Okay, we got to see that happen. Pillow fist of Fury stunned Wilder 2 or 3 times in that fight. So what's that to say about Wilder's chin? Simple boy. Counterpunch to you, sir. Good counterpunch. What do we say about Wilder's chin? I keep saying that. People talk about Wilder's chin. Also, I mean, I know that Wilder was hurt in the Ortiz fight. He was given extra time. That fucking ref's supposed to check him out during the 60 seconds that he had. Why would you wait after that? That automatically lets you know they helped him. I hope that shit happens again and we don't have this type of but we will. You know why we will? It's going to be some shady shit if it happens the same way. If Wilder gets hurt, they're going to do the same shit. And let me prove it to you. The reason that fight happened the way it happened, it was refereed like that because it was going to be the Joshua fight they were looking forward to. They weren't going to let all that money get pissed away on Ortiz. They're not going to let Ortiz win another. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be worse this time because Deontay Wilder has a contract signed to fight Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has done his part of the deal. Now it's Deontay's turn. So if Deontay gets in knee deep of trouble, he has some help from almost on high people. So it's going to happen that way. Good morning, Kurt from UK. I still think Fury is favored to beat Wilder. It's all on the right hand. Yeah. Nicola Austin, counterpunch to you. Isaiah Luco, you ain't never ever fought in your life. You want to bet? Come see me. Come see me. The Gypsy King is undisputed. Champion heavyweight king. Okay. All right. Arbor Fika, or Feka. Counterpunch to you. Jenny T01. Wilder doesn't throw as many punches to even risk cutting. Yeah, he doesn't. What the hell is that beeping in the background? Mark Lawson. It is a fucking it's a smoke alarm. They need to change it out. I'm sure 100% that Fury will win the rematch. Fury should win, but cut be his fall on February. That cut. Yeah, it could mess with him. Stephen Healy, sound from the UK, Kurt. Fury will outbox Wilder 7 days a week, 365 days a year, but I think Fury is due a loss. What do you think? Anything's possible. I am sure 100% that Fury will win the rematch. Hannah Householder. Okay. Your ass has been counterpunched and you will, let's see. Yep. Okay, let's see. I am sure 100% that Fury will win the rematch. Yeah, crazy counterpunch. Smoke alarm is going crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It just should, like, if it's low, why don't it just die? You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking stop chirping. Is the batteries that good in the shit? I got some old white sheets in my closet. You thinking what I am? Okay. Somebody get Hannah Householder's ass out of here. We don't need that hate speech shit. Go somewhere else with that. King Jack R. What does better in rematch? Wilder does better in rematches. Well, I mean, fuck, how many has he been in? He's been in one, and that was with Stavern, right? So Stavern is like, what the hell? Isaiah Luco, you are counterpunched, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody get him out. Glenn Mountain, morning from the UK. Counterpunch to you, Glenn. Martin Hill, Good work. Love listening to analyzing the fights in boxing in general. You're certainly up there with the top guys in here. Not sure about your new intro though. Very loud indeed. Yeah, it's supposed to, hype up the situation. Actually, I'm working on another one. Working on a few. I have some without the music too. So, I implement those. I rotate them actually. You know, undefined Exodus pillow puncher. Yeah. Fury will win more convincingly this time where he can't get robbed. Glenn Mountain, he needs to. He needs to, and I think that could be a factor where he feels he needs to do more. You remember in the Kovalev fight when he fought Andre Ward, he was fighting and what he ended up doing is fucking punching himself out. And then he started getting worked to the body and then got whacked upstairs and went back to the body and they stopped the fight. So, Fury, he might be pressured into doing more. So, you may be right on that. Wilder beats Dulcer Fury, King Jack. Tyson Fury looks slow and lethargic. Wilder will knock out Tyson. If he looks anything like he did with Otto, yeah, he will. Lennox Lewis would have knocked out Joshua. I believe that. He would have beat Joshua, definitely. But Joshua's better with taller fighters, too. Bonjour de la France. Psych KO. Counterpunch to you from France. All right, gotta go, fat boy. Keep it up going. Wilder has got this. Thought I like Fury. He fought bums, and it's going to be a rude awakening when he's back with Wilder. That's Nikki Taylor Mega Man's Mega Man. Counterpunch. You need to screenshot that shit and remember it after this fight. I like predictions. I like bold predictions. Mark Lawson, counterpunch to you, brother. So, have a great day at work. Nicky Wilder been fighting bums his whole career. Yeah, they all have. Hit the like button, fight fans. Hey, hit the like button. Says Low Dog. Counterpunch that. Wilder was doing well the first 3 rounds. He was doing all right. Fury's talented. I love his boxing, but this isn't points time. Wilder wants blood. And if he's not there to get blood, he's going to get knocked out. Wilder has changed up his style. I want to see what that new style is. Kurt, when are you going to come to the UK? You have a nice house. Tafita, thank you very much. Just purchased a condo. So, I'm out of town on business, though. I will be back. And I will be to the UK soon. I want to see a Joshua fight. I want to go there, or a Joshua fight or a Dillian White fight. So if Dillian White gets to fighting, if he fights later this year or if he fights early next year, I will be to the UK. That's going to be my next. I can't say my next international trip because I'm always going out of the country. So, number 1 super pig. What's up, Kirk? Much love and trees. Till this day. Counterpunch to you, brother. Punch quote, formerly Triple H 1200. Fury is getting knocked out in the 12th round. Wilder figured out his movement and timed him 24 rounds with Wilder. With Wilder's is hard. Look, punch quote, counterpunch to you. That first fight, you remember he was chopping. He was over telegraphing that fight, but then that punch rather. But then he decided to start throwing it straighter. That's how he caught Fury. In the 9th round, he caught him behind the head, and that kind of, rattled him a little bit. But the 12th one, he straightened it up. I was telling people where I was at, like, dude, he has to straighten that right hand up, follow it through the middle. Don't chop with it, don't loop with it. He was doing that, and when he looped or chopped with it, what did Fury do? He went right under the fucking punch because he seen it coming. Oh, here it is. That's what he did the whole time. Now he knows. Before, when he rolls and tries to roll with that punch because he thinks that punch is going to go a certain way, throw it straight up the pipe and catch him. So that might be the truth. This might end up being a fucking fast night of boxing, people. If Wilder can hit him with that punch, like he did in the 12th round, do you think you think Fury can come back? It would be courageous to see him do it, but then there's a lot of factors involved in that. When he gets hit, the devastating punching power. If Fury's laying across the floor like Dominic Brazil, do you think that the next referee will give him the benefit of the doubt? That's the question you ask yourself. Muhammad Ali, Kurt, you need to dish out some wrenches so we can monitor your chat room and get rid of the filth like Hannah. Yeah, no shit. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. Okay. All right. Let's see. It's only 12 rounds. Muhammad Ali, you do the honors. The next silly ass person that comes in talking a bunch of shit, you go ahead and do exactly that, sir. It says, is the Wilder, you have the power? Is the Wilder Ortiz 2 canceled? Any news about this rematch? It's supposed to be on the 27th of November, I believe. You know, it was supposed to be on the 9th, then it moved to the 27th. That's the last I heard on it. You know, unless something new happened just now or whatnot. But, you know, that's the last I heard on it. Number one super pig. Hannah might be one of them. Be an ex of yours, Kurt. Number one super pig. I don't know. There ain't no telling. No telling. I wouldn't deny it because you know it. As Steve tells that, I think that Ortiz match will happen. It's all if about Fury and Wilder. He's gonna be passed over. Justin, hi from Australia. John Fury is pissed. Hell yeah, he's pissed. He was talking mad shit, Justin. Counterpunch to you. He was talking a bunch of shit. Mad shit he was talking. He was talking some mad shit. You know? The Spence versus Crawford a 50-50 fight, and what numbers would it do? Simple boy. You know, that fight's going to be difficult to make. Very. Because Errol Spence, if he beats Porter, he's going to claim that he's the A side and ain't did shit but beat Porter. Porter would be at that point because he tries to discredit Porter because Porter's been in there with Garcia and Thurman. He ain't been in there with none of Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia, but Sean Porter has. But the problem is Sean Porter was beat by Kell Brook, which that's the only person on his resume worth a shit. Errol Spence. So he fought Carol Brook for the IBF and was like, okay, I'm the shit and I'm better than Sean Porter because I beat the guy that beat Sean Porter. You know, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Where he still has not done anything. This is his second test. And I don't see how he got that jacket of Boogeyman and that shit because he ain't done enough. You know, you fought a bunch of small fighters, Lamont Peterson, Mikey Garcia. You're fighting these little motherfuckers. Chris Algieri, another guy, right? These guys are not fucking really legitimate 147 pounders. Matter of fact, Chris Algieri went back to 140 because he knows he can't handle 147. So, you know, it's, you know, whatever. You need to set it on some of us can get rid of the hate. ABS 1. You got it. Counterpunch to you. You know, we get some of this trash out of here. Absolutely. You know. You know what I mean? Counterpunch squad, just counterpunching these motherfuckers out of here. You know, people come on to the chat talking a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Like, dude, come on. This is a boxing forum. You know what I mean? Glenn Mountain, Wilder can't box. I don't think he's a good boxer either, but he can punch. But he's not. Like, so his style would be by default boxer puncher, but he's not much of a boxer. You know what I mean? He doesn't do fundamental shit. That's why I'm so interested again to know what he's going to do when in this back to the basic basics can be implemented. I want to see what he has to offer. We didn't really see what he had against Dominic Brazil because the fight was over so fast, right? So that's that. Joshua hype has ended. He was never the top guy. King Jack R2. Well, if he was never the guy, who was? That's the problem. That's what I want to ask you. Man, you guys see the delicious vanilla sister blonde bomber. So delicious. Okay. ABS, the atmosphere is unreal at Joshua fight, and White never lets us down for a year. Love it, bro. Yeah, I got to get over there. Fury is a bum. Wilder will take him out in 6. Laz D Punch Out TV. Counterpunch to you. I like bold counterpunch. You know what I mean? So I like bold counterpunches. I like people that speak their mind. I like people that make predictions. Because see what happens. You make a prediction. You stick with the prediction. That's why I like to screenshot shit. Somebody says something stupid. Good. I'm going to remember that. And I'm going to put it in the community. And then I will post it. Right? That's how you do that shit. You got to be accountable for your words. Kurt, you need some mods in this chat, my guy. Absolutely. I'm making them, King Jack. I'm getting them, I'm recruiting them, It's 50-50 fight. Anyone can win. Okay. Well, Nicola, Austin, you think Fury was lucky not to get a loss on his record? Because I think Fury could cut Otto like that, it would have been stopped. Yeah, it would have been stopped. But here's the thing. He went 9 rounds with that shit. Nicola, he went 9 rounds with that shit. We can say what we want. You can say what you want to say about Fury, but he was the one that had to take that type of bleeding and shit for 9 rounds. The amount of blood that he lost due to that shit was unreal. So a lot of people think that was, it should have been stopped. But like, who sustained the damage? Tyson Fury did for 9 rounds. Okay? King Jack LeBlar. Oh, it's going great. It's going great. You know what I mean? I work frequently. I'm blessed, So stay tuned for Black and Blue. Tyrese Gibson and Naomi Harris, so got a lot of shootout shit in that, Tier Boys vlog. Hey man, from Gambia, soon you will be talking about me. I heard that. You a boxer? You a fighter? Talk to me. I'd pay $100 for Spence versus Crawford. PBC is not risking Spence. I think Crawford takes him apart in 2.5, the second half of the fight, once he figures him out. Yep. Punch quote, formerly Triple H 1200, I think the same way. He cannot handle someone like that. They know that. That's why they avoided the WBO championship belt existing, because they did not want that fight to happen. They don't want that fight to happen. They pray someone beats Crawford so they don't have to fuck with him. You know what I mean? They don't want that smoke. Spence fought a damaged Kell Brook. Yes, he did. He did fight a damaged Kell Brook. Fucking guy's face was broken. Golovkin broke this dude's face. You gonna fight a broke face dude? Come on, man. Come on. Sir Great kind of punchy. I think Fury would make an adjustment, and if Wilder can't make an adjustment, Fury wins by take. Hey, it could happen. You have a lot of trolls sometimes in your comment section and live streams. You need to help get rid of them. Yeah, they need to go. A lot of especially like the hate shit. Come on, we ain't doing that here. Not in here. Amok PvP. I've been a fan of yours since we had a few thousand subs. I'm glad you stayed the same. Absolutely. Where I'm gonna go. Counterpunch to you, Amok PvP. And for your support, definitely. Fatty McFly. If Fury doesn't let Wilder get a knockdown, Fury should win. He should, because all he would do is outbox him. You know what I mean? All he would do is outbox him. That's what he's good at doing. He did that with Klitschko. Look, Fury is not known to be the knockout guy. He ain't never supposed to be the knockout guy. He's not that guy. He's the guy that floats like a butterfly, stings like a gypsy. Okay? That's what he does. That's what he's about. He can outbox you, frustrate you, get in your head rent free outside the ring. When he gets in the ring, box you, grab you, tie you up, use the ring, throw some spinning fucking arm punches, right? Confuse you, use awkwardness, Mayweather defense, right? Use his size. That's what Tyson Fury's about. He ain't like Joshua that's ready to knock you out and go balls to the wall. He ain't like Fury that knocks you out with one punch. He ain't that dude, right? He's not that. So yeah, he can do that. He has that. He has that. He has that capability. You know, that's his shit. You know, that's his niche. He boxes. You know, uses speed. Big motherfucker don't supposed to be moving like him. People forget that. He's supposed, the way he looks, he's equivalent of Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? Randy Ruiz don't supposed to look, he doesn't look like he should do what he's doing, but he does. So it is definitely something that can surprise you, you know? Manda Solo S, just don't get 100 mods that block everyone who disagrees. Like, yeah, I won't do that. That's stupid. Because, I mean, I don't care about your opinion, right? I don't care if your opinion is the opposite of mine. This is what we do. If everybody talked the same, shit would be boring. You know, we talk amongst each other. That's what it's about. You know, a boxing community where people think freely. Will people say what's on their mind? You know, some people are biased, so that's where you're from. That's who you like. That's who you roll with. Cool. You know, just don't say a bunch of stupid shit when someone disagrees with you. That will be fine. We're supposed to be adults. That's what adults are supposed to be. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, Fury needs to box carefully. He does, King. He does need to box carefully. Vizio, I can't stand Wilder, but I have to admit he's going to knock Fury out into another universe. Damn. You know? Now that's some shit. Like, I don't like Wilder, but you know. My thing about Wilder is I think that Wilder changed. I don't think Wilder was the same person. You know, I don't know if it's that persona between Deontay Wilder and the Bronze Bomber, but I remember him being more soft-spoken. I don't remember him being the way he is now. You know? I think they're trying too much of the Mayweather shit to make him something. And Mayweather don't even like him, go figure. You know? The issue that I'm having in Fury fought Vlad is not the current Fury. This version is lesser. I cannot see him getting another 12 rounds with Wilder. Yeah, at some point, though, you might be right. At some point, Wilder will catch him. And the question is, when he catches him, will he decapitate him? That's the question. What will he do when he lands? You know, that fucking power is real. People pretend. Look, ask Dominique Brazil about that shit. He knows now that shit don't play. That ain't a fluke. That ain't him just knocking out a bunch of bums. It's sad that he used his power to knock out all this lesser opposition, but he still knocked their ass out, though. You know? Sir Gray, do you think Wilder can make adjustments to his style or will still stick to his windmill style of punch? I think, although Fury was exposed by Wallin, though, this is what I think about that. I think that Wilder, even if he changes his style, even if he learned things that he's supposed to learn in the gym before all this time, I think once he hurts someone, he does that same shit. It's like muscle memory. He does that, like he gets wild. He ain't going to care about what he learned in the gym. He said, okay, I'm going for blood because I got what I wanted from boxing the way that I've boxed and what I've taught. So when he lands that right and he can hurt that fighter gets up, he's going to bombard that fighter. If he hurts that fighter, he's going to bombard that fighter. So no, I don't think the windmills are going anywhere. I think those windmills are here to stay. You know? Fury shot to pieces now. Everybody wants to fight Fury, even Dubois. Yep, he sure does. He wants to tear his ass apart. Spence is a middleweight posting as a welterweight. Well, Spence, I think Spence start talking about fighting and stopping Golovkin, fighting Canelo and all these guys. He has to be able to make weight easy in those weight classes. So no, I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. As horrible as Wilder is, I wouldn't want to fight him for 12 rounds. Fucking me neither. Me neither. You know? They say you can't swim and not get wet. MD Media, I think this time around Wilder will be more patient and use the jab to the body than then hit him with the Alabama slammer. I believe he wants to slam. Wilder swings like a windmill, but everyone will be expecting Wilder to go for the cut. Yeah, I think so. You know, I wonder what their plan is. You know, all right, it's like had a slightly off night or fight, which he still won, and everyone jumps on him. These extreme temperamental reactions just show people are watching him very closely because they are scared. Maybe so. Tom Moise, maybe so. Counterpunch to you. Wilder is not good to change anything. He's just a bad fighter with his windmill style. You know, everyone has their style. Look at Ricardo Mayorga. You know, just ignore trolls. They hate it. I am good, my guy. Kurt Hudson, U.S. the best. Much love from the U.K. Glenn P. Counterpunch to you. This could be the year of the upsets. Wilder looking straight past Ortiz signing the Fury fight. Look, he's looking past Ortiz saying he's going to knock him out in round 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he doing that shit? I mean, yeah, I guess your expectation. He's thinking Ortiz is like Stavern. And if that tells you anything about fucking Wilder, he's using this as another easy night. You know? So, we'll see. And it would be good for boxing if Wilder would take a loss, honestly. Simply because Wilder is the kind of guy that talks a lot of shit about people and criticizes people. He has to know what it's like to experience this type of change in his career. You know, Usyk is a very good boxer. You know, I want to see Usyk and Wilder for some reason, or Usyk and Ruiz. You know, Heyman is a ghost. Windmills are in his blood. Dubois can really hurt Fury. I see that, but Fury can outbox him. Spence is smaller than Trout, and Lotta. Hard to believe he is a middleweight when they are small. I want to see Lara. I would love to see Lara 3 years ago fight Spence now. That would have been very interesting. 2 southpaws like that. And I see something like a boxer puncher like Spence getting beat up by Lara, because Lara would beat him to the punch and then use the ring. Unless those body punches can nullify him. Remember Canelo fought Lara? You know? Paul Williams, Ray Leonard, and Hearns are big welterweights. Spence is just tall for the current batch of short welterweights. They are a bunch of short-ass welterweights. Look at Sean Porter. That motherfucker's a midget. He is pretty short. Wilder knocks out Fury badly, they won't be a trilogy. Probably won't. Send the last Ortiz 2 fights. PBC sold Ortiz out. They are feeding him to Wilder. Yeah, they fucked him. They're fucking him. You know? And you know something? They're probably not even going to reveal Ortiz's fight purse. Don't be surprised if that happens. I'm telling you guys that right now. They will probably tell Ortiz, don't say shit, shut up about your fucking fight purse. We'll learn after that happens. I think Usyk beats Fury for sure, but I think Wilder will eventually land that bomb. A muck PvP, it could happen that way. It could definitely happen that way. You know, it could happen where Usyk is doing a great job with Wilder and gets fucking caught. So yeah, it could happen. Lara landed 50% over his oral shots in his prime. He touched Spence up like he did Angulo. Yeah, he would. You know what I mean? Long, rangy ass Lara. That motherfucker got a 74-inch reach. He can reach out and touch it with the right jab and the straight left. You know, he has a beautiful 1-2 combination. You can't catch that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I would love to see that fight, but I think someone like Spence would take him now because Lara slowed down, maybe of age or maybe that you know, it is what it is. I think he's not that same guy. You know, the Swift Jared Hurd fight showed me that. Wilder will knock him out in the first 3 rounds. Ezra Houston. Wilder always knocks out his opponents in a devastating fashion whenever he's rematching them, but I would love to see Wilder and Fury lose at some point. They will, but then again, maybe they won't. You see what I mean? They'll probably lose to each other, but they ain't fighting no one else, so who gives a shit? You know, Zico TV. Yeah, it's been a long time, man. Kurt, why do you dislike Wilder so much? I don't dislike him. I just think it's stupid he fucking turned out all that money to fight Joshua. We wanted to see that fight. That was a 2-fight deal on the table for him to fight Joshua twice. The same shit that he's doing with a rematch clause with Tyson Fury ain't getting near the amount of money that he will get. Do you think Joshua will win the rematch? Because my fear is PBC will have all the belts, and if you don't want to win, I'm 75% positive Joshua wins because his mindset is focused on it. No. You know, I just did, a couple of interviews. I think they're both Joshua and Ruiz, I think they're cautious. I think they're too cautious at this point. Alfred, greetings from Melbourne, Australia. Counterpunch to you. Wilder has no honor, claiming he won the Fury fight. This denial will shroud his judgment, and Fury will adjust and clown him. The Wallin fight will bring the best ever out of Fury. It's God's test. Interesting. Greetings from Melbourne. Not sleeping on Ortiz. 44 has caught up with Ortiz, and he looked at his last 2 fights. It's going to be an ugly knockout. Ugh. Hurd had to eat a tons of punches. I don't know if Spence chin is good. Unbiased and biased boxing talk. That is true. And Hurd did take a lot of fucking punches from Lara. And Lara, look, let me tell you, Lara was bombarded with punches also by a pressure fighter. Because Lara is definitely a pure boxer. Kurt, I think it's ironic that Wilder is making a bad name for American heavyweights, dodging the Brits, whereas the Brits seem ready to fight. IG. Joshua's own offer, what do you think? He ducked it. He didn't want it. And he was really talked in. I think he was grabbed into the politics of the shit too, which that has nothing to do with him if he's a free agent. But I think at the end of the day, he got into the politics. He got into, man, I don't want to give Eddie Hearn the satisfaction of making this fight. You know what I mean? Just bullshit. Dude, you're not the fucking promotional companies. You're not the network. So why are you talking like that? That's what I don't understand about Errol Spence. I don't fight on ESPN. I fight on Showtime and Fox. Who gives a fuck if the money's right? You know what I mean? Like, what difference does it make? Dude, you're a prize fighter. Are you a fucking brand slave? That's what it seems like. These motherfuckers are brand slaves. Network fucking esclavos. You know what I mean? Like, dude, imagine that. I ain't fighting on Showtime. Who cares? If the money's right, get it. Yeah, no comment, Coach Cortar. Counterpunch to you. We ain't heard Fury talk a lot of shit, though. I want to see him get back in the shit-talking realm of things. Right? Fury is a good boxer. When Joshua beats Ruiz, Wilder starts running. Lee Perkins. We got to see if that would be something interesting. That's what I want to see. I want to see what Wilder has to say. Max Waller. Fury will be one of the immortals. Wow. That's crazy. So, back to the original. Who wins? Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. And the results are in, people. Okay? Tyson Fury is 50%. Deontay Wilder is 44%. And 6% said it was a draw. So the numbers don't lie. These are the votes. And Tyson Fury is still 6% up on Wilder. But it is very close, people. It's very close. 50% out of 44%. Hey, that's not bad. That's not a lopsided decision anywhere. Vote. It's people thought Wilder will beat him. It just shows you how people look at one fight and base that one fight off that. Fans are being robbed of the best fights, and it's not fair on the paying fans. It's not. Like imagine Joshua Wilder and Joshua Fury press conference. Yeah, imagine that, because that's all we can do. We can John Lennon this shit. Imagine all the fights happening for the day. We're just greedy people. You know? So it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? It's like that's all we can do is imagine, because that shit ain't gonna be reality. You know, that's what it looks like to me, you know? Tiffany Wright, sing it. Kurt, you need one more moderator recruit me before the end of the stream, my guy. Why not? Ibrahim. Yeah, John Lennon. You know, that fucking song used to make me depressed as a kid. I used to hear that shit and be like, oh, change the shit. I don't want to hear that. Keep that singing up. I'm subscribing. Simple boy. Shouts out from the UK, David Vaughn, or Vahim, or Vahan. Probably I said it right the first time. But yeah, those are the tally. So Tyson Fury, despite having a tough fucking fight with Otto Wallin, right, is still favored. So, you know, so according to you guys that voted, that's what it is. You know, King Jack, I'm coming to the UK. I was just telling my best friend, I'm like, dude, I'm going to the UK. You know what I mean? I'm going there with official merch. I'm going there with a lot of plans, to set up, going to certain gyms, doing interviews, sitting down with people, and actually, I'm going to actually start interviewing, and it's going to be, counterpunch face to face. So that would be me counterpunching this fighter, letting this fighter or this person I'm interviewing, it could be a promoter, it could be a trainer, it could be a fighter again. So that's definitely what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start that in the UK. Why not? That's the mecca of boxing anyway, so it might as well start there. And I want to go there to start counterpunching face to face. Because a lot of people think, oh, he's just a dude just talking shit. No, I want to talk to these guys because I'm not going to ask questions that they are easily answered. I want them to think about what I'm asking them, because these questions are not going to be for the typical biased guy or favored guy or whatnot. I'm not coming to kiss ass. I'm going to ask you questions that you might not have the right answer for. You might be like, but those are the things I will do. I don't know yet, David. I don't know where in the UK yet. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where I feel that I need to do some research first. I need to do some research. Big D London, counterpunch to you, brother. Bronze Bomber will KO Fury. Feroz Khan. Or Feroz. But definitely. So it's like one of those things, man. Um, when you have like the type of energy you have over there, like I see that shit. Like I seen uh, Golovkin Brook. That shit was lit. That shit was like, damn, where the fuck they at? You know what I mean? You don't see fights like that. That like you seen fights like that in like the 30s and 40s. When I watched those old black and white films and those fights, and you seen all these people damn near hanging off the fucking stadium. There are just so many people in there. You know, Scattercat Jones. I think Otto Wallin deserves more credit for the fight he put up. I think he deserves. I think Otto. Uh, Deserves to fight some of the other top opposition to see where he's at. I think, and give him some proper money for doing that. You know what I mean? He's a prize fighter at the end of the day. He might end up upsetting some people. We don't know. That's how it works. Yeah, I believe you would do a great job doing this in the UK. Bless up yourself. God be with you in the next. Have a great time over here. Nicola Austin counterpunch to you. I intend to. You know? Oh, or Odo versus Dubois. Ooh, now that I don't think he would want to take on Dubois, Big D London. I don't think that. I don't think that guy would be that guy. No, you know what I mean. I don't think that would happen. I don't, because he went from fighting Fury. I don't think he wants to fight someone like what 13-0 with 12 KOs. No, they don't want to fight like that. First of all, there's no money in it. Second of all, it's a risky ass fight to make because Dubois is coming for blood, right? The Ron 98-17 getting counterpunched at work. Absolutely, man. That's how you do it. Do it wherever you get it. Your handheld, your phone, your smartphone. You know, it's funny. I used to work at Verizon Wireless like 12 years ago, and I was a sales rep, and then like we had Blackberries and shit like that, and Palm Trios, and what was the other one? Palm Trios, Blackberries, and they were called PDAs, personal data assistants. You know what I mean? Now you hardly ever hear any of those terms. You just hear smartphones or just fucking cell phones. They're so advanced, But BlackBerry, Palm Trios, all those were the shit back in the day. And I had a BlackBerry, I had a few Blackberries. I thought I was the shit. Now it doesn't hold any weight. But I miss my BlackBerry though. You could download any file and all that shit. I loved it. I'm changing an engine. Gotta love my Bluetooth speaker broadcasting counterpunch boxing news on the workshop. David Vaughn counterpunch to you. It's cool to hear, positive things at work. It's good to hear that. You know what I mean? Everybody's working around the clock, doing what they do. You know, same counterpunching at work, like that guy. That's cool. Taking an engine away and shit, doing some Dominic Toretto shit. You know, replacing piston rings and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely. Wilder will definitely finish off Fury for good. Kofi Ansa. Look, we can't base one rematch that Wilder is compared to Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, because he's only rematched one person, and that one person didn't do shit in the sport besides beat Chris Arreola. These are facts, people. Yeah, he ran through. It looked impressive because that was the only guy that went 12 rounds with him. And if that was the case of him righting his wrong, okay, cool. I give him that. But at the end of the day, John Williams, counterpunch to you, brother. At the end of the day, we have to see what he does with Ortiz. We can make that say, well, hey, out of the last two rematches, he's fucked these guys up faster. But we can't do that with just one rematch because he's only had one to this day. He just had one rematch with one fighter. Okay? So we can't give him that jacket yet. Just like I can't give Errol Spence any other credit besides what? Until he beats Sean Porter. Sean Porter is a champion. And if he wasn't a champion, he would be an awesome contender to anybody. He would give anybody hell. All of his losses have just been savage fights. The Kell Brook, the Keith Thurman, right? All these fights, he's the key, especially Keith Thurman. It was close, right? So let's see the first site. I agree. Wallin was robbed. That fight should have been stopped and the new lineal champ crowned. Look, the Ron 9817. We're talking about what could have happened. We're not talking about what happened in the fight. We're talking about, that it could have been stopped. Yeah, based on that technicality. But it wasn't stopped though. And since it wasn't stopped, who won? 69 knows where Dillian White's beat sample is. I've been looking at them fucking memes all day with that dude. What's up with him? Is he snitching? What is he doing? Is he big snitching or what? By the way, the rematch first round KO. You can argue Porter was robbed against Thurman, but then again, you can argue that Ugas was robbed against Porter. A muck PvP, great counterpunch, because I think that Ugas beat Porter. He beat Porter. Porter didn't, Porter is an aggressive guy. He's good for what he can do, but I think the only reason they gave him that fight is the same reason that they will protect fucking Wilder from Ortiz if Ortiz beats him again. These tough Cuban fighters are pawns. That's all they are. And I hate that for them, because they don't have a country that supports them like Mexico or Puerto Rico and any of those. They don't have that luxury, okay? And I had it 7-5 for Ugas too. You see what I'm saying? I had it, Micah, that same score. So, a little silly to say Fury gave a poor performance apart from White. I can't think of any heavyweight that could have put up that kind of performance with one eye for 9 rounds. David, you can look at it like that. You could look at it like, hey, because look, he went 9 rounds with a fucked up eye. It's not his fault they stopped. They didn't stop it. It's not his fucking fault. You know what I mean? He just did what he could do with that fucking one eye, doing this shit all the time. This fucking patent is bleeding everywhere. So you got to give him that credit. Manchester, London, that's where you go. Definitely be going. Okay, Manchester. Nice selection. Nice choice. Nice recommendation. Counterpunch. Arizism. Okay. I wouldn't mind if it was a draw, but the win for Sean is kind of sketchy. Yeah, it was. Just like it was 8-4 for Lara against Canelo. Yeah, that was some bullshit. The Bane 1986. And there's another thing. Have you noticed all these weird ass decisions always come before a big fight? What big fight did we have that Canelo was looking forward to? The Cotto fight. Remember that? See, those type fights. So Lara, now you got Ugas, then you had Ortiz. All of these guys were fighting these Cuban fighters right before a bigger fight. And each time that shit was always like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on with this scorecard? Or why is they letting Wilder do this in there? And you know what I mean? Like, it's always something that you're like, wait a minute, why are they doing that? Why is the scorecard like this? That shit wasn't right. That ain't the fight I seen that reflects the scorecard. Those type of things. They have it worse, Michael. They do. And it's like I've done a couple videos about that, and they have to look at, because I have family in Cuba, and they don't have any type of support professionally. You talk about professional fighting in Cuba, you are basically talking fucking taboo. The only thing that you can talk about, the only thing that you can talk about in Cuba is fucking amateur fighting because that's what their country accepts. Okay? And it's fucked up. You know, like Felix Savon and, Teofimo Stevenson and shit like that. It like those guys, man, and fucking Stevenson was brainwashed up the ass. They offered this motherfucker in the 70s $5 million. And he was like, well, what's $5 million compared to 8 million Cubans? What the fuck is wrong with you? Fidel did his job, brainwashed. you know, but it's crazy. If Cuban fighters were judged fairly, they'd be in the top of the most weight. Yeah, they okay. You can't tell me. Why do you think Vasily Lomachenko is so adored and had such a reputation? Because of the amateurs. He beat a lot of people. The person that beat him, he beat him twice over. Okay? So Olympians, why do you think Oscar De La Hoya was the shit? Gold Olympian. Why do you think Anthony Joshua was the shit? Gold Olympian. Right? Lomachenko too. So you got these guys like Rigondeaux, right? Lara was like the captain of the fucking Olympian, the Olympic team, right? And then you can't tell me these guys can't fight. They've done this forever. If you guys haven't seen Sons of Cuba, watch that shit. It teaches you from where they're this small and they train year round. They go home like fucking summer, like in the summertime. But mostly like through school, that's their school. They box. They learn how to box. you know? So it's crazy. It's like they come here, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, another Cuban fighter. It's like, damn, they supposed to be like the top. Lara and Rigondeaux were the most successful Cubans from the modern day. They were, this modern day time. You know what I mean? Like Ugas is a sleeper though. You gotta watch Ugas because he's that type of dude that he doesn't really fight like a typical Cuban, but he's precise. Yeah, Klitschko was an Olympian too. Absolutely. But these guys, their platform was already established by the amateurs. Wilder will do the same to Ortiz and Fury. Kong Skull Island 2017. We have to see. Holyfield, the list goes on. Yep, it does. It's a lot of people, Wilder dropped Fury twice and had almost the whole round to finish him and could not do it. No, he couldn't do it. He couldn't hang with it. So, if Fury can take that punch, if Fury ain't concussed, Arthur C.S. Morgan, counterpunch to you. Thank you for your support. Fedos Fury looked great against Swartz, so Wilder had nothing to do with his performance. No. I think we slept on Wallin a bit too much. We did. Element of surprise. We thought it was another Swartz because he was a cherry pick. So we were expecting a certain type of performance. See? And when we didn't get it, it was like, oh, Fury's fucking fell off. That's what happens. I think the smaller heavyweights will start to dominate the next few years. Usyk and Hunter. You got to throw Ruiz in there because he started this shit. He's just fat, but he's not a big guy. I mean, he's a fat guy, but he's not in forms of tall. You know what I mean? Like Tyson Fury, Joshua, Wilder. He ain't that tall like that. He ain't those type of dudes. But it is gonna be like the smaller, modern 90 size heavyweight that will dominate, I think. Fury picked a poisonous cherry in Wallin. He did. He picked a poisonous ass cherry and he took a bite out of that motherfucker. Spit that shit out. This isn't a cherry, But yeah, so but Tyson Fury wins the poll 50%, 44% for Wilder, and 6% a draw. People still want a draw. I don't want a fucking draw. No? Ruiz will probably get slept by Joshua if he can't get to the shot to the temple again. You know, he's going to try to land that left hook. He's going to be looking for it, but I think Joshua will be expecting it this time. You know, so the question is, will Ruiz go down again? That's what I want to see personally, you know. It's going to be a star, I think, in the future. Mm. Dubois, yeah, Dubois, yeah, he looks like a killer. He looks like a silent killer. The Bane 1986 Joshua has a full training camp this time, not just 5 weeks. You mean Ruiz has a full? I mean, if I had, you're talking about Ruiz, not Joshua, right? Give him 4 years, being in an extra round, I say, to settle a draw. But you know, these guys will eventually fight. Tyson Fury is the favorite. You know, this live stream has been great. Got some mods. Glad you guys, you know, wanted to take on the job at hand, be a part of the Counterpunch squad. You know, I've got to get some sleep because I got a lot to do. But it is actually 4:59 a.m. and I'm about to shut it down. However, you know, can you get a Wilder an acting gig? No, I can't. He has to do the shit that we all do. He has to get an agent. He has to get a manager. He has to do all that good stuff. Headshots, training, all that. You know what I mean? Then he can do that. But he's a celebrity. I think he'll be fine. So anyway, Micah Charles, Arthur C.S. Morgan, Big D London, Hendrix Brown, Michael Charles, The Bane 1986, ABS 1, Kong Skull Island 2017. You guys have all been counterpunched. Stay tuned for the next live stream. I may do one tomorrow since I'll be out of town on business anyway. We can do a video from anywhere and a stream from anywhere. Why not? But anyway, guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.